Hey, bio people. So this is the second video for week 3. If you haven't watched the first video, watch the first video before you watch this one. So if I'm a student and I go click on bio, and this week it is week 3, so that means I'm gonna click right here on the green file folder for week 3 materials. And as of right now, hold please. There we go. You see 3 things right now. There could be 1 or 2 more things by the time you watch this video. The first thing you see right here is the link for my first video, right? If you're wondering how to access the videos from Schoology, you actually have to click right here, guys. So if you click right here, it'll bring you straight to YouTube. So the first thing you see is the week 1 video. The second thing you see are the notes that I created with you when I made this video. And the third thing you see here are the directions for the Bio Week 3 assignment. So what I'd like you to go ahead and do, and this is only if you've watched this video and you've made that table for me, okay? If you haven't watched the first video, again, close out of this one, but watch the first video. If you are with me and you're ready to rock and roll, we're going to open this directions for Bio Week 3 assignment together. Alright, so it says you can find the directions for week 3 using the following link. We're going to go ahead and click on that link. Sweet. So you currently see 2 steps. By the time you see this video, you'll have more. But here's what I want you to do. Very first thing you do when you open this doc is you copy everything. So again, by the time you see this, you might have 6 steps. You're going to copy all the steps. You're going to copy any questions underneath the steps. You're going to copy everything. Control C, copy. You're going to go up to File. You are going to go up to New. And then you're going to go over to New Document, right? You're going to click on Doc. You are going to paste everything from the initial document into this new document. Then you're going to go up to where it says Untitled Doc, and you're going to say your name. So I'm going to say Christy. And then you're going to write Bio Week 3 Assignment. Okay? And then just hit enter. Really important that you hit enter. Then the last thing, which also is really important, folks, is you're going to go over to share right here. Click on that. You're going to put in my email. If you can't see that, my email is on the syllabus. My email is posted on Schoology. My email, I think you can see this, so. But you can always text me, email me. If you have my phone number and we're texting, you can ask me for my email that way too. So I'm going to hit send here, right? And that sends me your doc, and then you and I can both see it and we can work on it together. Okay? So I'm actually going to fill out step 3 while you're here with me. So step 3, actually let's read the steps together. So step 1, go to Schoology, open week 3 material folder, and watch the video. You can find video 1 here. It'll be linked so that you can actually click on that. Once you've watched the video and started making the biomolecule table, you can watch video 2 here. This is video 2, so you're already watching it. Step 3 is going to be copying this document and pasting it into a new document. Name the doc your name, your first name, Bio Week 3 assignment, and share it with Christy at my email. There you go. So now you even have my email there too, right? So that is step 3. Cool. Perfect. All right. So I'm going to go back to what we were talking about the last video here. I am going to pull up our table, and we're going to finish talking about this stuff here. So we've talked about how we have 4 biomolecules: carbohydrates, proteins, nucleic acids, and lipids. I said how for this column you only need to write the name of the biomolecule. You don't need to write any of the other stuff. And then I told you that I wanted you to write down the monomers and the polymers for each of the 4 biomolecules and at least one example of each. Right? So we're going to go through that together. Also, monomer means 1 part, right? Polymer means more than 1 part. Talked about that. So monomer. So the monomer for carbs are basic 1 unit sugars, right? The most common, 2 most common monomers for carbs are glucose, which can be found in our blood, and fructose, which can be found in fruit. For polymers for carbohydrates, these again are very, very long, big chains that are made up of the monomers, right? So, for instance, a chain of glucose or a chain of fructose, really long chain. So these are starches like potatoes and pasta and rice, right? Any of those examples would work. So the next biomolecule is a protein. The monomer of protein you should already be familiar with because of last quarter. Woot woot! Dragon Project. Amino acids. 1 amino acid. 1 amino acid is a monomer, right? We talked all about amino acids last quarter. Now the polymer is a protein. This should be very, very familiar, guys, because remember that last quarter you had to find all of your amino acids. They were all chained together, and then eventually they stopped, and then you had a protein, right? If you finished that project. So 1 amino acid is a monomer, and a polymer is a protein. This chart does not give you examples of an amino acid, which is boo. So I'm going to show you how to figure that out. You're just going to pull up that amino acid chart that we used last quarter. And hopefully we can find one with the full names. Full names. Let's look on this one and see. Actually, this is great over here. So any one of these is an amino acid. They're all amino acids, right? Remember I said amino acids always end in INE. So glycine, alanine, except if it ends in acid. I always forget to say that. So it's either INE or an acid. Arginine, cysteine, tyrosine, all of those. You can pick any one. You're going to write down 1. That's 1 example of a monomer for a protein. Alright, so a polymer for a protein, this is any sort of protein that you're thinking of in terms of munching down, you're eating lunch or dinner. Meat, eggs, beans, any of those. That's an example of a polymer of a protein. Okay, moving on. Nucleic acids. So 1 monomer of a nucleic acid is a nucleotide. We talked about this last quarter as well. 1 part or 1 unit of a nucleic acid is 1 nucleotide, right? The polymer of nucleic acid, there's only 1. It's going to be DNA, right? So the polymer is DNA. So again, a monomer is one nucleotide, and polymer is DNA. I'm not going to make you have examples for this one because it really doesn't get any simpler than that, right? I can't ask for an example of DNA. I mean, DNA is DNA. So, you don't need any examples for that one. Alright, lipids. Lipids, again, the monomer for lipids is, that's very strange. It's not on here. Huh. I don't like this. Let me see something here. Okay. Hold please. Okay. So this is the most confusing one. I will admit to this. So there are two monomers for lipids, right? Two. And I want you to write them both down. You're going to write down glycerol, which can be found right here on my computer screen. And you're going to write down fatty acid. Again, you're going to write down glycerol and fatty acid. These are the monomers for lipids. Alright, I'm going back to our doc. Alright, so I think I'm going to end my video 2 here. You can pick back up video 3, and I will see you shortly.